Hey, my name is Justin, and I wanted to go over why in the first time in my life, I haven't been excited for a Star Wars movie to come out, which is coming out this coming weekend. Solo, obviously. But yeah, first time in my life, 26 years. And, I didn't get to watch the originals in theaters, but I got to watch the prequels. And for the most part, I liked the prequels. Later on, I saw it for what it was. It had a lot of issues. But, it's to grow up loving Star Wars, to grow up watching the VHS tapes of the originals and loving Luke and Han and Leia and all these characters that were so cool and so, like, the story was interesting. And even the prequels, like, I remember going to school and just, like, pretending to, fight with my friends with lightsabers, having lightsabers, buying Legos and building them, and all I ever bought was Star Wars Legos. I loved Star Wars Legos, pretending like I was Luke, and I'm only 26 years old, so the reason why I'm making this video is because I see a lot of older people, and I follow a lot of them. I follow Geeks and Gamers and SC Reviews, and even Alex Becker, which Alex Becker is a huge YouTuber, but even he doesn't like this new version of Star Wars. And it's not older people, it's people like me that hate this stuff that they're making now. Like, for the most part, after I watched The Force Awakens, I was pretty happy with it. I watched it 3 or 4 times at the theaters. I bought the DVD. I've grown up playing the video games and playing Battlefront and all that, but after The Force Awakens, I was still pretty happy. I thought, well, it's just the first movie. They're just, setting it up. They're trying to get people used to Star Wars again, and that's why they're kind of bringing back the Empire and trying to make it simple for normal people to kind of understand. And I get it. I wish they didn't kind of rehash the same story, but I got it. So I'm like, okay, well, the second one, it's gonna kind of answer some stuff they're setting up, and they're gonna, explain some stuff better, because it just came off as pretty lazy that they basically brought back these things that, the Empire was destroyed on the Return of the Jedi, and all this stuff, but they brought it back. And so with The Last Jedi, I thought, well, how bad could it really be? Well, it was really bad. All these new characters that they've introduced to us, they lack any type of character. They lack just anything. You don't understand why they do anything. You don't understand why Rey is a good character. She just is a good character. Like, I'm not even saying she is a good character. I'm just saying, like, she plays this good person who's helping the Resistance, even though she doesn't really have much of a motive to help the Resistance, besides that they're trying to tell us is that she's a good person, and it doesn't really make sense. And Finn, he's an trooper from the First Order, and even he's just a lame character. Like, he's just supposed to be there for comic relief or something, but they brought him in there and they made him a lame character. And it's like, I don't mind these new characters, but make them cool, or make them something. Like, they serve no purpose to the story. It's like they obviously want to replace the old characters, which I get. They're getting old. Some of them are dead. Some of them don't want to be in it. And so they bring in these new ones. And it's just, they're not relatable. They're not funny. It's just, they make them so stupid, and they make Rey so unrelatable. Like, you can't even imagine, like, Luke being like Rey, where Rey is better than Luke at fighting. She's never been trained. She's a better pilot than Han, even though hasn't really been flying ships. And she's a better leader than Leia. It's like, okay, that makes her a really relatable character. Why? So it's just, I don't care that she's a female or that a guy is black. Like, just make them cool, interesting people, and I'll like them. But they've failed to do that. They have failed to do that so badly. And Last Jedi was so apparent. Like, they just wanted to just double down, or whatever you want to call it. They just wanted to just gloss over the fact that they're so boring and uninteresting. And Rey is such a boring, so lazily written character. Like, you can't even imagine Luke going against Vader and like beating him in the first fight, but they've done that with Rey, with Kylo twice now. They've done it where she's beaten Luke on the island, like just stupid stuff like that, where the people who like The Last Jedi kind of like just overlook that. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. I don't care that she's like the equivalent to Kylo, and anything Kylo knows, Rey knows. Like, what? That's the stupidest explanation ever. I'm trying not to make this a rant, but I'm just trying to say that this is the first time in my life where a movie is coming out and like I really want to see it, but I don't want to see it because I'm done with the stupid messages that clearly the movie is trying to tell the audience, the Star Wars fans, like we don't care what you want. We're gonna do our story, our way, our messages, and it's like, okay, I get that there's always been political messages in Star Wars. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that there's always been political messages. And no one has really had an issue with it. Maybe the prequels a little bit, because it was kind of just like, I thought the prequels, I'll have to watch the prequels again, but I think for the most part, it was a complicated thing, and that's how Darth Sidious came into power, is by using the politics. But with this new sequel, it's like, it's not even politics, it's just social justice crap that's like just so far out there, and so like with all this stupid news of like Lando being a pansexual, and like they are so obsessed with making everything like sexual and like just weird. Like, it's in a galaxy far, far away, not like in Hollywood where everything is a bubble and they want like gay representation and pansexual representation and all this representation for everything. Like people of different colors and races, and like you can relate to someone that just because you're not that sexual orientation doesn't mean you can't relate to that. Like, that makes no sense that they have to force it down our throats and like for us to believe that. Like, it's just frustrating. And it's condescending. It's condescending to the fans. And it's like, clearly like there's an agenda. And I don't like it. I don't like being forced down my throat that I have to like it. I hate that people who like the movie basically say like, shut up, like you either like it or stop talking. Well, I don't like garbage. Like, I don't think people should accept this garbage. I know how good Star Wars can be. And Star Wars is just absolute crap right now. That's why Solo, it's like sad. Like, Han Solo is a cool character. He wasn't my favorite character, but I should be so much more excited and go from The Force Awakens to The Last Jedi. Like, I have no enthusiasm for it. So that's why I'm just talking about it. Because I'm 26 years old and I'm a young guy. I didn't grow up watching the originals. I grew up watching the prequels. I still like the originals a lot more than the prequels, but I still appreciate the prequels for what they were. They were different. And in the end, the sequels, they're not different. They're trying to rehash things and then put some weird SJW crap down our throats. And it's just, make a good story, make good relatable characters. It can be a female, it can be a black guy. Just make a good relatable character, because in the end, I've watched a lot of people. There's not too many people who like Finn or who like Rey, besides maybe little kids. And in the end, Star Wars isn't going to survive because a 5-year-old likes it or a 6-year-old, because what else do they know? Like, I liked the prequels growing up. I got older, I realized the flaws with it, I realized how stupid Jar Jar was, but at the time I liked it, Now every 5-year-old has a phone and says how much they love The Last Jedi. Like, you don't know what a good movie is if it slapped you across the face. But that's my little rant. Let me know what you guys think. I know it's kind of just all over the place, but it bugs me so much because I've grown up with it, and I do love it so much, and I want it to be great again. I want to play Star Wars games, and Battlefront is a whole nother issue. I played the last not the last one, the first Battlefront that EA made, and it was kind of just a crappy game, so it kind of just turned me off from playing any games. The movies suck, the characters suck. It's just, Star Wars is in a bad place, and it's going down. I mean, I hope it goes down, because I hate Kathleen Kennedy. She has to go. Like, she has not brought an ounce of an interesting character into this movie. So just let me know what you guys think. Thank you. Have a good day.